Hey, my name's Steven, coming at you from Florida.
Hello, y'all. This is Kevin coming from Texas.
My name's David. I'm coming from the heartland, Ohio.
And welcome to the Brothers
Corn Podcast.
And we're excited to talk to you.
Yes, we are.
Welcome to the Brothers Born podcast. So last time we had a little beef between a friend of mine, Dawson, and my brother David about the Marvel Universe. So I thought it'd be fun to look into that a little bit further. So I brought Dawson. Welcome to the show again, buddy.
Hey, thanks. Glad to be on. Thanks for having me again.
I'm excited for this heated discussion.
Oh, thanks for having you. If you don't like Captain America.
But before we get into that, just really briefly, what are you guys up to lately? I'll start with Kevin.
I just finished watching Loki.
Nice.
See, again, MCU.
I also just finished watching Loki, and last night,
2 for 2.
Last night I watched Avengers Infinity War, and I saw Black Widow recently.
To prepare for this moment.
Dave, please tell me you did something Marvel related recently, just to kind of get Dawson in an uncomfortable corner. Well,
recently I've been getting into collecting old stamps with kittens on them.
Oh, yep. Oh. Nope. Your coolness factor just went down tremendously.
Wait, they make stamps with kittens on them?
Oh, Kevin sounds intrigued.
And then
just a little bit.
If you go to the post office, you can get pretty much whatever stamps you want. But these kittens are so cute. And then also, I've been getting into the habit of sending random memes and gifts to people on their on their texts. In fact, I sent you guys a few good ones recently too.
Yep, I see those. And
so yeah, that's pretty much it.
I chose to ignore most of them. That's interesting.
I don't know.
Collecting
we
kitty
were
cat
swimming
stamps
all day. No, I'm not collecting cat stamps. That'd be awesome though. We were swimming all day yesterday. I did watch one episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Nice.
I'm still behind on that. But
yeah, for someone who likes the Marvel movies, MCU so much, you're certainly behind.
Yeah, man.
I understand.
You got to keep up with us, dude.
Well, usually, not too many people in my family support me in this venture, except for Miles. So it's hard to find time.
I got Dawson shaking his head. He's like, "Yeah, that sucks."
So that's why you have to switch to the kitten stamp.
I see why this is such a sore spot for you now.
It is a very sore spot.
I want to give you, so Dawson, guns are loaded. We're going to come in blazing soon, but
sure.
I want to give my brother some ammunition. So I'm going to tell you something else I've been doing on this week. On Friday, I went to a pre-release event for the newest Magic the Gathering set. And
yes,
it was really fun, and I can't wait to hear what you guys had to say about that. So, let's get right to it. Let's start off with the Marvel discussion. Let's pan over.
We're doing Marvel now, or are we making fun of Marvel Magic the Gathering right now?
I want to do. I don't want you to make fun of me, but
my question is: so the whole thing is we're talking about unpopular opinions. Is Magic the Gathering really that big of a thing outside of a very small niche nerd community?
It's growing. So let me explain myself a little bit.
This is growing.
This newest set is completely based on Dungeons and Dragons, and we did mention
makes it even worse.
It does make it worse.
Dungeons and Dragons is a growing thing. So I think maybe that's why they finally capitalized on this. They're like, because they've been a joint company
finally capitalized
for years. I don't know why they didn't do this sooner, to be honest. But let's get started. Dawson, I'm going to pan over to you. Why is it? And I know you've watched some of the Marvel movies, and you have admitted you've liked some of them. They're not your favorite, but you've enjoyed them. But why is it not that cool to you?
Okay, so first, I just want to say that my initial plan was to try and trigger Steve with my comment. It's mostly a joke. But the reaction that I've gotten from David is fantastic. That was not expected.
Oh man.
So no, I mean, yeah, I generally think that the whole superhero trend is very overrated. And there's a lot of talent that goes into the movies. There's a lot of talent behind the production and the art. So not to diminish like the hard work that goes into those movies, but really, and for me, the most enjoyable moments have always been Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr. And that is not unique to me either, right? That is a very ubiquitous experience, I would say. But
going to hear using words that I don't understand just to put the Marvel down.
Look, they're great to watch with my kid, but do I like them? No, I don't like them.
Okay. So, and now there's no spoilers here. Everyone's seen Endgame probably. Robert Downey Jr. is no longer part of the Marvel Universe. So, how much
they're bringing him back? They're bringing him back somehow.
Yeah, how much incentive? Because he's the only entertaining part.
How much incentive do you have now to watch him that he's out of the picture?
Oh, me? Like I have zero incentive. I have zero incentive with him in the picture. It's just more entertaining with him in the picture for me.
Chris Evans is the man, dude, and Chris Hemsworth, the man. Both of them.
But Chris Evans also left the Marvel Universe, dude.
Sure. Now I will say Chris Hemsworth he's a very attractive man, is all I'm saying.
He is a very attractive man.
He's going to be Hulk Hogan in a movie coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I will see that for sure.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Right.
They got like almost all the hot Chris's in the Marvel Universe. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt, Chris Evans.
And
they don't have.
Yeah, nothing.
The only one they don't have
Pratt's
is Chris Pine. Chris Pine's not in there.
Pine, that's what I was thinking.
He decided to be in a DC movie, Wonder Woman. Whatever.
Isn't Chris Pratt just a regular guy that just had to get jacked for
yeah
Guardians though?
Pretty much.
He's just a regular guy.
I listened to an interview once after he filmed the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go back to eating donuts now that the movie's done." That's pretty funny. But so I love the Marvel movies. But Dave, let's pan over to you. What's your response to this?
First of all, I don't know how it's like a complete. It's called the MCU because it's a universe. It's a complete universe, and I want to be a part of this universe. It goes back for almost a quarter of my lifetime, or about more than a quarter of my lifetime now. Would have started in 2008. So for over 25% of my life, this has been with me. So it's an integral part of, I think, all of our lifetimes, really. And think of all the millions of dollars. Okay, I don't really have any good arguments and big words like Mr. Smarty Dawson down there, but things blow up. And there's funny jokes, and Captain America is awesome. So that's my argument.
That's a pretty strong argument, actually.
It's an okay argument.
Things blow up. It's funny, and Captain America's awesome.
I don't know. I like the MCU, but I do agree with Dawson that it is a little bit. Superhero movies in general are a little overrated.
I do love Batman, and that is, I will say, like, and Batman actors always have some terrible character voice for Batman, you know, when like they feel like they need to talk like this.
Every time I watch Batman, when I watch Batman, it's like, dude, just get a throat lozenge or something.
Right,
like, come on, man. Like,
exactly. And then there's wasn't like George Clooney Batman at one point? Like, there've been some terrible Batman movies, but I do love Batman.
I don't know if Kevin, if you still feel this way, but I have heard Kevin on the opposite of this. I don't really like Batman movies that much.
I don't. That is one of my unpopular opinions.
You're walking it back.
That's one of my unpopular opinions. Is I don't really like Batman all that much.
Yeah, and that gets me.
Batman is the only good thing in the DC universe. The only good thing.
I agree. Batman is definitely
true.
Batman's the only DC character that I might actually consider like reading a comic book.
Aquaman's terrible.
Yes.
But in general, I'm just
all he can do is run fast.
I'm just not digging on Batman. Like, I don't know.
My brother-in-law Zach often says Batman is the Marvel hero trapped in the DC universe. Because he's got a lot of parallels with Tony Stark, actually. Rich playboy, doesn't really have powers. He just has a lot of cool stuff. So it's kind of.
But my problem with Batman is the dude's like almost too smart. Like he can solve anything, and it's kind of like at a ridiculous level. And then like you always hear things like, "Oh, Batman could be any other superhero." Dude, I'm in the middle of talking.
I don't care. Go ahead.
No, but like, I always see people make the argument, "Oh, Batman can beat any other superhero as long as he has time to prepare." Like, what kind of excuse is that? That's stupid. He just, like, I don't know.
No.
Well, he was how did he get his fortune and intelligence? He inherited all of that money, so he obviously didn't have to work any time during his life. So he probably hit the books like crazy before he became a superhero.
Sure.
Right?
I bet you Batman uses words like ubiquitous. Dawson.
That's the other thing. See, to me, Batman's not even necessarily a good guy. I mean, like, think about it. Wayne Enterprises basically owns all of Gotham. So maybe he's not like a street criminal, but he's definitely like a corporate criminal. Dude, he owns everything.
It's like if Donald Trump took to the streets.
Exactly. Only that would be more entertaining.
I'm not the hero America needs. Or whatever it is. America wants on the hero America.
This is going to be huge.
Have you seen that meme where it shows Donald Trump's head like the bat signal?
Oh, really?
A lot of my conservative friends put it out there to be like, we need him back. And it shows.
That's hilarious.
For Steven and me, I know not as much as you two because I haven't been around you as much lately, but Steven and me, we've been to a couple of these one of these Marvel movies together, and it's like a tradition, man.
From one movie?
Just like, no, we talk about it all the time. You guys,
one time Dawson and I had Taco Bell together, so that's become a tradition for us.
It's a tradition for us, yes.
Man, where was I? How come I wasn't a part of that?
I don't know. Maybe you were.
We went to a couple of them together, I think.
I will. Every time I go to a Marvel movie, I wear my Avengers T-shirt because I'm just cool like that. You got to.
Okay, so that's another thing. I don't know if it's a popular opinion or not, but when people wear like a T-shirt for their franchise, the movie they're going to go see, I think it's a little weird.
What? Okay. How do you feel if you're going to see a concert and you're seeing the band you like? Is it okay to wear the band's T-shirt?
That's kind of weird too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too. You know what I would do if I went to let's say I don't know, let's say I went to I don't know, what's a popular music group right now? Because I don't know. I don't listen to the radio.
They're all crap right now.
That's true. We can all agree on that.
That's my unpopular opinion.
Let's say I want to go see Drake. I don't like Drake, by the way. Let's say I want to go see Drake wearing a Garth Brooks T-shirt. That'd be okay.
Sure. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, actually. I kind of want to do that just for the sake of doing that.
That would be good.
The spirit of your analogy works. I don't know if the analogy translates because I hate both of those people.
I agree. I hate both of them too.
I don't know.
Going into the sports world, people do that all the time to trigger other fans.
Oh yeah,
like they'll wear the other team's jersey or whatever. Yeah. But none of you guys are really down with the sports world like I am either. In fact,
nah. Well, Dave, I will say, I went to a San Antonio Spurs game a little while back, and because they were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm more of a Cavs fan, and I felt so awkward. It's really awkward watching a sporting event when cheering for the other team.
One time, Dawson and I went to one of our high school football games, and we had a friend who was playing on the opposite team, North Royalton. So we went over to the bleachers to go just chat with the friend's dad for a little while, just to say hi,
Oh,
and we
savage.
had our Illyria shirts on, and Illyria scored a touchdown, and Dawson and I both cheered, and our friend's dad went off his rocker at us. He blew up so hard. I was terrified, actually. Like, I've never seen. He's generally a nice man. I've met this dude before, and he just went. I don't remember what he said, but Dawson and I just looked at each other. And we just left. I don't even think we said bye. We're just like, and then he cut his son saw us like a week later. He's like, my dad felt really bad. He wants to buy you guys hot dogs. I remember that being a thing. It never happened, but he did say that.
I forgot about the hot dogs.
Did Illyria end up winning the game?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
But that was pretty ruthless. I felt so. I was taken so back. I was like, oh man, that guy is very. I mean, it is his son playing high school football. People get real passionate about that. So I guess I understand. But
on a related note, fantasy football is stupid.
Any kind of fantasy sports.
Yeah, all fantasy sports are stupid.
I don't like that. Who has time to do that crap?
Hey, people make money doing that junk, man.
Yeah, they spend like a whole night drafting. I don't get it.
Oh, I have one that goes along with people making money doing dumb things. All of these YouTubers, man, you guys don't have, well, Kevin does, but his kids are a little bit older and they probably never watched this back. But you got Ryan's World, you got Blippi, you got, man, dude, Ryan's parents are making bank off this kid. He's like, his net worth is like in the tens of millions of dollars just for being on YouTube reviewing toys. And that, I'm not done with that.
So here's how I feel about that. I agree with you. I think YouTubers are annoying. Like YouTube blogs, like people who are like, hey, here's our life, watch our life. And
I know, and it's always these Barbie doll looking people, like these blonde chicks and these dudes that are ripped and stuff, like Dawson is, but also good looking. Like
not ripped.
Not really any of us are, but and they show us these fancy houses and their in-ground pools. And, oh, I'm cleaning out the pool today and playing with the kids. And they have all these like rock features and water slides in the pools. And they have one hose. They have one hose going into the pool, pretending like they're cleaning it or whatever, while they run around with their perfect little lives, playing with, flexing their muscles, showing off their bodies and crap. And they make millions of dollars off it.
All right.
Here I am with a master's degree and I barely can pay my bills. So
you're just jealous.
Dude, speaking of YouTubers, and like, okay, so I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Most of them are like educational, but reaction videos.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I want to, you know what we should do? We should do a YouTube reaction video of us reacting to a reaction video.
Yes.
That'd be sweet.
a million hits.
That's
instantly.
almost as cool as Marvel Universe, but not quite.
I will say I did watch a reaction video of people watching Endgame. One of the new trailers has like a cutscene of like the people watching Endgame and they're cheering when Captain America goes, "Avengers assemble," and it's like, whoa! Everyone reacts, and it does get me pumped. Like
when he picked up both hammers.
Oh yeah, dude.
Too. And Thor says, "I knew it." Yeah,
but going back to those family blogs,
hey,
I feel a little strange because, in a sense, I don't want to do like blogs, but I am trying to make our podcasts the kind of a big deal. I'd like to make some money off of that.
Until we make a big deal, until we get to be big with it, I can still not like people that do that for a living.
Fair enough.
Also,
well, what if you become one of those people?
And
what
then
if you become what you've always
hated?
Then you'll be a superhero.
Obviously, I'll waffle on it and I'll change positions, like,
fair weather player fan over here.
Those YouTube, I'm not going to waffle on MCU though, but those YouTube videos that Kevin, have you ever watched the ones where these like dudes are watching videos of like Nirvana and stuff, and it's the first time they've heard the song and they react to it? Those are kind of funny. Like I saw these kids. Let's watch. This is the song we're going to watch today, and it smells like Teen Spirit. And these guys have no idea who Nirvana is, and they're just like the first time they've ever heard it. It's pretty. Those are kind of funny for like the first two, and then I realized, wow, I'm wasting time doing this crap. And I turn.
Like I don't know. I don't get.
Check out one or two of them. They're pretty funny.
I've seen like a couple reaction videos, but usually I'm like, why am I sitting here watching people watch other things?
It's like,
also, and it's not as popular now, but you guys remember when unboxing videos were super popular for a while?
Oh yeah,
that was a weird thing.
Very weird.
I don't know what that is.
They would just people just buy, they would buy a product and then videotape themselves opening the product.
That's kind of how Ryan got his start, I think.
That's the secret, man. So let's start buying stuff and videotape ourselves.
All right, so we're gonna make videos of us unboxing other boxes.
Yes,
and then we're gonna make videos. Then we're gonna make videos of us reacting to reaction videos.
Yes, or let's like
the whole YouTube page.
Unbox something that's like not that interesting. Like I'm unboxing a case of Oreo cookies.
There was
what's inside?
Oh,
still cream.
So I used to watch
I
the
know
show.
Oreos are popular, but I like Oreos, man.
I used to watch a show called Top Gear. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, which is pretty funny, or at least it used to be. And they had this challenge where they had to like get the most views on a YouTube video. So the one guy, for what he did unboxing videos of where he was unboxing a whole entire car. So this guy put a car inside of a box and then videotaped himself unboxing it. It was pretty funny.
Pretty cool.
Well, I thought you meant a car that was taken apart, just a complete car.
No, it was a complete car.
What could be in this package? Open it up and see. Oh, there's a tire. I think I see a steering wheel.
No. So speaking of unboxing things, when I want to just kind of segue a little bit here. So let me tell you what happens at a pre-release Magic the Gathering event.
We don't care.
Are we? I thought we were talking about unpopular. Oh, you are talking about unpopular opinions.
So,
okay. Or popular.
The unpopular being liking Magic.
You open up you get 6 packs of cards. You open them all up on the spot and build a deck right there. And let me tell you, every time I open those packs, I smell them.
Build a deck.
And I take them in, and it's like Christmas morning every single time.
Dawson, I know Dawson might be a Magic fan, but Dawson, you're not that level, are you? You don't sniff your cards, do you?
Yes, thank you. I was going to say, I love Magic the Gathering. It's very fun. I think it's the most fun game in the entire world. I'm not sniffing cards. I'm not sniffing. I just like playing the game. Like
I'm just saying, that's like a whole new level, dude. Like,
right.
So I don't like Magic, of course, but I do play Pokemon with my daughter, I might add. But like when I open a new set of Pokemon cards, I definitely don't sniff cards. That's a weird thing, man.
It's another
Every
level,
time
yes.
it smells so good.
I'm not like, oh man, let me see how Mew smells today. Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, I collected baseball cards, and they used to come with those little hard, stale sticks of gum inside them.
I remember those.
Sometimes I would sniff the cards then because they smelled like gum. But that was when I was like 8, 9 years old, 10 years old.
Huh.
But
seeing a trend here.
And
I didn't really.
And the smell of the gum was better than the taste because that gum was terrible.
Oh man, it like crunched for 2 seconds, then it fell apart in different pieces, and the flavor went away. And then finally, it came back together like an hour later. But by then, it was.
I smell. Maybe I shouldn't admit this online to the world, but every time I get a new game, it's just a weird. I smell it. I got a very active nose.
Oh my goodness. Steven's like, I go around sniffing random things.
No, like new things.
Let me tell you what.
It's like the new car smell.
Just new things. Like a puppy.
just new things. Like, speaking of smelling, like, dude, Scentsy and like scented candles and all these other like smelly like things that people get. I can't get behind that either.
Dude, I love some Stephanie and I love candles, and where we live right now, we're not allowed to have them, so it's kind of a bummer.
So what you're saying, Steven, is the nose is very important to you.
Yes, I have a very active, and when I had COVID, it was rough for there.
Why did you go into audiology? Isn't that for? I guess they're all connected. But audiology is more the ears.
Well, I like ears too, but I can't go online listening to Magic cards. It just doesn't have the same effect.
Maybe for you.
It's like you rub them together. Oh, that sounds so. There's no friction between those cards.
When you shuffle cards. When you shuffle them, it's like, I love that sound. Speaking of shuffling cards, okay, Dawson is way better at Magic than me, and he has way better decks than me. But one time I was shuffling his cards, and he was like, "That's not how you shuffle Magic cards." Do you remember this, Dawson? You're like, you should shuffle it like this. And you gave me instructions, a play-by-play on how to shuffle Magic cards.
On proper shuffling technique.
Yeah. Number one, you should never shuffle another man's cards. I don't know.
Well, in Magic, you do often, actually.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
it's a very personal game. You only play Magic with the people who you care about.
Actually,
shuffling each other's cards.
Think of all the COVID.
Very serious business.
Think of all the COVID you Magic players spread over the last year and a half.
Well, that's what there is no gathering with the Magic this past year.
No. Speaking of playing games, I did think of another unpopular opinion. First-person shooters are terrible.
Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. I'm not the biggest fan. Well, it depends. Okay, I think Call of Duty is terrible, but if there was a new James Bond game, though, I would try that one probably.
Dude, we grew up on first-person shooters. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are
James
good,
Bond game.
Well, that's part of the problem because it used to be you get with your buddies and you have
GoldenEye.
Yeah, you get like split screen going, and that was fun. But now it's like all like, you're playing with some. I don't know. Like I still play them sometimes. Like I was playing Fortnite the other day.
That's not first person though. So.
Well, no, okay, it's third person. But anyways, so I was playing that the other day, and like this kid gets on the mic and he's like, "Anybody have a mic?" And he's all like screaming, and he starts like singing some weird song, and I'm like, "What the heck?" Like if you're gonna talk to me, at least. Like
that was probably my kid. That's my kid. That's exactly what he does with his mic. Does anybody have a mic in here? Hi, I have a mic. I'm like,
and then the kid's getting all mad because someone like picked up a shotgun. He's like, "Oh, I wanted that shotgun. Drop the shotgun for me." I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know you. Like, shut up."
I'm gonna drop this.
Wait, they're following you. Yeah, no, don't do that.
So unpopular.
Steve, do you play Fortnite, Steven?
I was just gonna say that's an unpopular opinion. I don't think Fortnite's that great. I think it's kind of boring.
It's really not. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I don't even really like Fortnite that much. But
I like it if I play it all the time.
I don't play it all the time. Like I just get bored. I'm like, man, I'm gonna play a game, and I was like, whatever. I want to play a shooter, but since I don't like shooters that much, I'm like, what's a free one? Fortnite's free. Let me play that, and then I usually die like right away.
So wait, hold on though. You're in your late 30s. And you're one of those dudes that plays Fortnite with like 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds.
I just said I don't play all the time. I only play once in a while.
Never realized you did this. My kids play. Like that'd be different if you played with them because they're family, but like you play with random teenagers and 12-year-olds.
I don't know. That's kind of, even as annoying as it is, it kind of makes it funny too because you get these little kids in there. Hey,
no, because I always warn my kids about
you know the best is the best is when you're playing a game like that and you hear the kids like, "What is it, Mom? What do you want?" It's so awesome.
I tell my kids to watch out for those guys in their 30s that are trying to play. Meet little kids, and you're one of them.
You're making it sound like I play this game all the time. Well, and I don't.
All right.
But it is really funny when you hear some kid like shouting at his little brother, or like asking his mom what they're going to eat for dinner or something crazy like that. It's pretty funny. Stop! He's annoying me.
So, I mean,
no, I don't. I know Kevin's not a weirdo that does that. I just think it's funny that I tell my kids, watch out for those old guys that play, and Kevin might be one of them that is old and plays.
But Thor, King of Asgard, plays Fortnite, as we learned in Avengers Endgame.
I also want to note that I don't interact with these children.
We did learn
play.
that. I know. I'm just.
I'll hear them, but I don't talk back to
them. One time, I played Tetris 99, which is like this Tetris racing game.
I do like Tetris 99,
and I got second place, the best I ever did. I was so jazzed. It's pretty cool. But
that's good.
So I don't know how it will be with this crowd, but I was thinking about other unpopular opinions I had, and I really think that The Lord of the Rings is vastly overrated.
Oh. Thank you so much for saying that, Dawson. You're not alone. You are not alone.
Very overrated. Steven? The Hobbit, I think, is a fantastic book. I will say, I don't think like Tolkien's like some trash writer or anything. He obviously built the foundation for a lot of fantasy. Lord of the Rings is terrible. It's terrible.
Whoa. Come on. All right.
It's just bad. The movies are bad. The books are bad. It's bad.
But dude, those movies are so freaking long too, and they're just not that good. They're really not.
They're visually impressive for the time they came out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, New Zealand is very pretty great.
All right. So The Hobbit is better than Lord of the Rings. I will say that. I agree with you there. But dude, and the Lord of the Rings movies are way better than the Hobbit movies.
Oh, I didn't see the Hobbit movies. I was like, how are you gonna make 3 movies from one book? That's
right. Yeah, sense. Get out of here with that.
But dude, Lord of the Rings is amazing. I know you said this, so I kind of just, but they are like the foundation of fantasy. Like all the other fantasy writers would not be nearly what they are without the Tolkien laying down that ground.
Dude, it kind of like how like the foundation of your house is generally the basement, and Steven spends a lot of time in the basement playing Magic and watching Lord of the Rings.
All right, easy there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That was pretty quick, Kevin. I'm impressed with that one. But no, like I like the movies. I watched them once. I'm not, and I read the books when I was younger, but I'm not like, that's the end of it. I wouldn't say they're terrible, and it's not something I probably would do again. But I don't think they're bad. The one I'm not down with very much, which I can't really say because I only watched 2 of the movies, is Harry Potter. I don't know what's the big deal with Harry Potter.
We talked a little bit about that last time. I love Harry Potter, and I think
I'm starting to see a trend here a little bit with you too. Okay. I got one brother that steals shotguns from 12-year-olds, and I've got on Fortnite. I've got another that stays in his basement playing Magic and watching Harry Potter.
Wizards. I'm a wizard, Dave. I want to go back to Dawson. Harry Potter is the exception to this for me, but generally speaking, other than Harry Potter, I think young adult fiction can get overrated sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, definitely for sure. Yeah.
Like I like Harry Potter a lot, and I enjoyed the Hunger Games book, the first 2, but like Twilight, Divergent,
not at all.
Hunger Games, even towards the end,
Maze Runner.
Maze Runner is cool. I like that one, but
Maze Runner is all right. But yeah, you're definitely right on, especially when they adapt them to movies, because the movies are also, I mean, the books are never that great, and the movies are even worse.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. Like, I think what happens with all these, they start off, the first book is great, and then they just peter out by the 3rd or 4th book, however many there are. Then they try making like some weird prequels that just don't really, like, it's like they're forcing it.
Oh man, Steven,
what?
You're starting to describe what's going on with the MCU right now.
Let's not make that connection. Let's not make that connection.
That's crazy.
Crazy. It's almost like the MCU and young adult novels are the same thing.
The same thing.
I looked yesterday. I looked up. I Google searched like how much longer will the MCU be around, and they don't plan on quitting it. They're like, well, they basically said Star Wars has been around since 1977. James Bond
older than me.
James Bond's been around since 1960s. Star Trek's been around since they went on and said as long as it's making money, they're gonna keep making movies.
I will say this about the MCU: the MCU has more consistency than the Star Wars universe does, and I like Star Wars, but when you watch like all Star Wars, you start picking up on things that just don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Dawson, you're not the biggest Star Wars fan either, right? Like,
no,
you like Mandalorian. I know that, but you didn't really like
the Mandalorian is, I think, the best. For me, it's the best Star Wars product. But yeah, and I like the old movies. They build a lot of foundation for things, but even like that's like they stole a lot from like samurai movies and things like that. I think he drew heavily from and like the Bible.
Star Wars is basically just retelling The Hidden Fortress, which is an old Akira Kurosawa movie.
Right. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Right. What is the name? It's escaping me for some reason. The guy who created The Mandalorian, he also plays Happy in the MCU. What is his name?
Oh, Jon Favreau. He directed a bunch of MCU.
Do you realize how much this dude's done, man? He saved the Star Wars universe with The Mandalorian because no one really liked Star Wars till The Mandalorian came out. He was behind. What did he produce? Elf, the most popular Christmas movie ever.
He directed
he did some with Elf, and then what he's done with the MCU too. Like without this guy, Favreau, like all these huge franchises would probably be nowhere right now.
Yeah.
He does.
That's a side
work.
But
a lot of work in the industry.
I didn't realize he did so much till recently. But
yeah, he like produces all of those movies, like all of them, all of the Star Wars stuff now, all the Marvel stuff. He's works.
He's definitely a mastermind. Like he's not like the main guy for Marvel is Kevin Feige, but Jon Favreau is like there, like doing a lot of stuff for sure. I was looking at this yesterday. So in Harry Potter, the character Grindelwald got recasted because Johnny Depp has got some issues right now. So they recast it by this guy named Mads Mikkelsen, who was in Star Wars, Marvel, and Harry Potter. That dude's touching all three of the biggest franchises.
Who is his name? What's his name?
Mads Mikkelsen. He played the villain in Doctor Strange. I forgot his name, Caecilius or something like that. But he's not like a big character in any of these things, but he's in all of them.
Samuel Jackson's been in.
Yeah,
Oh no, he wasn't in Harry Potter though.
Okay, here we go.
Dude, that would be awesome if Samuel Jackson was in Harry Potter.
Yes.
Can you imagine with the wizard hat?
That'd be so sweet.
What's up with all these wizards in this MF in school?
So I have an unpopular opinion here, probably. I don't think that what's his face? He directed all those Quentin Tarantino. I don't think he's all that great.
I agree.
When
I was a kid, I liked Pulp Fiction because I thought it was trendy. But
no, Pulp Fiction is a good movie. But I do agree with you. Like it's a little
overrated.
He's got a couple movies that I really like, and then he's got other movies. Most other movies I don't like at all. Like Tarantino films, I liked. Actually, come to think about it, I kind of like most of them, to be honest. But I do think he is over popular. Dude, Django was an amazing movie.
I mean, there are cool elements. Like he definitely has a unique touch to the film industry that no one else does.
His movies are pretty good. Not all of them though.
And like I don't hate his movies. I just don't like love them. I haven't really seen all of them in their entirety though, to be fair. So I can't like make a objective assessment necessarily, but I just think he gets a lot of buzz. Another thing is I like a lot of stuff that's in Hot Topic. So like Nightmare Before Christmas is like another one. I think.
Oh yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, so I don't dislike Nightmare Before Christmas. Sorry, I do like Nightmare Before Christmas, but it is definitely overdone in its popularity. Like people who really like Nightmare Before Christmas,
Nightmare Before Christmas,
Nightmare Before Christmas, whatever, really like that movie, like at an unhealthy level. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like you ever meet these people with like all the tattoos,
got the bags, and
they got the bags, and the tattoos,
the tattoo of Jack Skellington,
and like the music, and you can't do anything without hearing about how great of a movie it is. You're like, dude, just chill out with that noise.
Like it's a fun movie, and I do enjoy it. But yeah, I agree with you. It's just like, I don't know about.
What about that reminds me of Pentatonics did a cover of Making Christmas or whatever that song from. What about a cappella groups?
Oh yeah,
I think I appreciate. Did we talk about this before? I feel like we have.
Just briefly, but not in this context though.
Okay, I appreciate the talent, but it's getting to be a little bit over the top.
Yeah,
too. I think.
I mean, they're beatboxing. They always have the worst beatboxers. These people, like they can't find any good beatboxer. Like there's all these great beatboxers in existence in like the rap community, and then all these a cappella groups, they sound awful. These guys, and they're like,
the guy from Pentatonics. The guy from Pentatonics, he's a cello player too. But he's one of those ones that goes. Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, like what is that? What is that? Dude, I want to be that guy and make money.
Yeah, we could do that. We could start an acapella group right now.
No, we should. I mean, David's got a musical background. Dawson and I are both in acapella choir and magical choir, I might add, because we're that cool in high school.
Kevin knows what music is. So
Kevin
I know what music is. I've heard of it before.
I know about music. All right. Well, we're out of time, but thanks for joining us, Dawson. You got anything exciting going on?
No, yeah, just thanks for the opportunity to come back on, guys. It's always great hanging out with you.
All right, perfect. Well, we'll catch you next time on the Brothers Born podcast. And
but next time, I don't know how many more times I can invite someone who hates MCU to the podcast, but I'll make an exception for Dawson.
All right. See you later, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of BBP, or as you probably know it, Brothers Born Podcast. I'm just trying to make acronyms because I think they're cool sounding. Everything sounds cooler when you use an acronym. Anyway, special shout out to Dawson Oliver for joining us for this episode. Thank you. Your presence is always enjoyable, and you really added a lot to our discussion about unpopular opinions that we hold about popular things. And thank you, listeners, for suggesting some of these. It was so great to hear from you and interact with our audience a little bit. Y'all are wonderful. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary soon. Can you believe that? Man, time flies when you're having fun with us. Anyway, keep telling your friends, and we'll catch you next time on BBP.